allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Miss Jean will not be with us tonight. Her husband John had some scheduled surgery, and of course all of our prayers are with them for a speedy recovery, which I think everything's going to be fantastic for. Okay, do we have a motion to approve the minutes of July 19th?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Financial report and payment of the bills. Do we have a motion to approve the financial report and payment of the bills? We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the payment of the bills? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Lou, you were on.
I have the ordinance for adoption this evening, ordinance 7, 2017, was introduced at the meeting on the 19th. The only amendment to this ordinance is the fact, and I'll read it in the record, major facilities charges applicable to residential construction, specifically dwellings within the town, shall be waived for a period September 1, 2017 through and expiring on August 31st, 2019. Notwithstanding the expiration set forth in this subsection, the waiver may be extended by the building official for any building construction initiated during the waiver period and actively under construction. I would recommend that the board adopt ordinance 7-2017 with this amendment.
Do we have a motion to approve the ordinance 7-2017 major facility fee waiver with the proposed amendment?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the ordinance? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Looking forward to that and see what kind of success we have.
Absolutely. That's the only item I had.
Okay, very good. Actually, mine's fairly short also. Last week, took a little tour of the Big Elk Creek and the Little Elk Creek, and I did post those videos on social media, and just wanted to really thank the Public Works Department for doing a very nice job of cleaning out the boat slips at Marina Park that have been there. I think they were built probably in the 70s or maybe early 80s. They were full of silt, and I'm excited that we're going to be able to do the launching of kayaks here. The second part of this project is that we're in the process of working on a critical area plan with our town planner, and we're going to be able to really physically clean up that area with maybe trimming up the trees, maybe even possibly removing some of the trees. Our whole goal is to make our residents feel safe to use that kayak launching area. And I think that one way that we can do that is we can improve the line of sight. I believe that once you get it, the tennis courts are being used all the time down there. And I think that once we clean through those wooded areas all the way, almost, I think we could get to the Route 40 bridges, the twin bridges, and you have a line of sight all the way through. My gosh, I think it would be a wonderful park. And in fact, if we get it cleaned up the way I'd like to see it cleaned up, maybe we could have our national night out there next year. It was a wonderful event, the National Night Out last evening. Chief, you and your team did a fantastic job. How many hot dogs did you serve?
415.
415 hot dogs. That was fantastic. The town of Elkton has probably the largest crowd when it comes to hosting the event. But it was, I want to thank the Sheriff's Department for being there. Also, County Executive Alan McCarthy was also there in attendance. It was a nice crowd, and I think it goes a long way for us bonding with our residents and even our non-residents. With that, Mary Jo, you were on.
I want to continue thanking everyone for National Night Out. It's a great event. I love to see the police officers come out that are not on duty and they volunteer their time. It's just really nice to see. And also Commissioner Piner. He is the DJ and volunteers all night and the people love it. So thank you to Commissioner Piner. The only other thing I have is I really think we need to send a letter to State Highway regarding the intersection at Route 40 and Maloney Road. The accidents there are awful. I believe it should be right turn only coming out of there, but just in a week's time, I think there were 3 different accidents, and we really need to send a letter for that. And that's all I have.
All right, I have 3 things. Down at Meadow Park, football started, and just want to caution people to make sure that they park on the opposite side of where the walkers are, excuse me, because they block the pathway of the walkers, and it's making it very hard for them when traffic's coming in. So I don't know, maybe we've got, I'm not sure whether we have signs there, no parking on that side, but I think we've got to make something a little bit more visual for the people, or them aware of that. And then the second thing is, I noticed the yard signs are still posted on telephone poles, stop signs. I noticed one that stated 7-2. Every time I go past, I keep saying to myself, that shouldn't be there. Number one, the sign shouldn't be on the post, just or the stop signs to start with. But yet, as far as like people that's having the yard sales have their address on there, maybe somebody needs some letter to tell them to put it back and take them down, so they'll have to follow behind and take it down for them. So I'm just, that's something that just catches my eye. So, the third thing is I want to thank the chief and his crew for the night out for the town. So anyway, thank you.
Charles?
I guess I'll echo some of the same sentiments. I think the National Night Out last night was a very festive affair. You know, it developed a relationship with the community and the police department. I guess an added feature for so many additional kids with the fact that they started football last night. So someone new who probably would have been arriving through Elkton would say, oh, gee whiz, such a beautiful sight to see so many people, young and old out. Rob, I was at the Marina Park last night. I'm like you, it could be a beautiful sight line through there after everything is done. The tennis court, the benches, and all else there, the bridge is right there. That'd be another beautiful sight to see also. I'd like to commend the Girl Scouts for being out at the park last night. You don't see Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts often, but I want to thank you for your effort last night of featuring Girl Scouts. So, and your daughter was there with you, right?
She's my niece.
I'm sorry, your niece. You said that last night and I forgot.
She belongs to Tricia.
And that's it.
I had one more thing. I wanted to read a letter from the Department of Public Works. They are sponsoring a community cleanup this Saturday morning, August the 5th. The dumpsters will be placed at the following locations: at Hollingsworth Manor, at the pump station off of Cal Lane, at Hollingsworth Manor, at Gooseneck Court, right there at the cul-de-sac, Kensington Courts, it'll be at Highline Drive, near the pump station, at Washington Woods, at Cherry Tree Lane, and Court Drive. Not sure where Court Drive is, I've never heard of Court Drive. The next one is Buttonwoods, near the 600 block. We have Delancey Village in the cul-de-sac at the end of Danford Drive, so we're going to have a lot of dumpsters out. These dumpsters will be dropped off on Friday, this coming Friday, August the 4th, and then we'll pick them up on Tuesday, August the 8th. And what we're going to be doing, of course, if they fill, we'll get them out of there and dump them. But I'm actually, I think the community loves community cleanups, and it goes a long way. This is the time that we open up the floor for the public to have a few words. Come on down. Would you like to say something this evening?
Yeah, I have this.
No, you can stand up and just tell us your address and your name so we can have it for the record.
Shirley Anderson, 16 Radcliffe Court. Can we put computers in there, old computers in the dumpsters whenever they do clean out?
That's a good question. I think you can put anything in the dumpsters. Is that correct, other than refrigerators?
No Freon, no tires, no paint, anything like that, that I haven't heard anything, you can't put in old electronic.
But if it's workable, you could take it down to the dump, and they actually have a recycling area for commuters.
If they're so old,
Then
they
they just pitch it right in
that
there.
side
They should
should
be
do
good.
it.
Surely dump them.
Are they bigger than this?
Yes, they are.
They're old then.
Does anyone else have, Mr. Lemon?
I just actually.
Can you update us on smart meters and also the Delaware Avenue pedestrian bridge? The other thing I'd like to say is I liked your answer in the paper regarding county water.
Thank you.
I thought that was good.
Thank you. Thank you, Brad, for writing that for me. Lou, and it is a good question. We've been going through the summer process, and there's been a lot going on. I know that the footbridge at Delaware Avenue, I did see a letter, but I'm going to let you elaborate, because you're on top of the letter from KCI. They've been holding us, not KCI.
FEMA.
FEMA has been holding us up. But go ahead and tell us a little bit about it.
The bridge, the FEMA returned something to me, which I forwarded to our engineer. They need additional information to process and for the review of that Clomar. So that's what's going on there. I figure maybe a year or so we'll hear from them. Maybe. What was the other thing?
The smart meters.
Smart meters, as soon as Lizzie gets back from China, we're sitting down with her and scheduling a meeting with a company, I won't say what the company is, with the company that managed Newark's
Okay.
installation. They have a lot of experience and we may go with them. So it's actually in the cooker, so to speak.
So we are moving forward on both projects, but as government, we move like snails at times. But
We had
That's the
a
bigger
girl
thing.
knows, we had a guy up here from the state of Maryland that was supposed to expedite things for us. And
Bunky.
that- And I'm not so sure we've seen much expedition,
The one
expedited.
government.
I quite frankly believe that Comar letter was laying on someone's desk at the state, but we did get a response. And it does appear that there is a little bit more action here really recently than it was the last couple of months. So I am optimistic with that. I think we will get some resolution with that. And our lead person with KCI on the smart meters, she is in China.
She'll be back in a week or so.
So we'll have some, we are moving forward with those projects. Thank you. Anyone else have anything to say this evening?
I have one more comment. I should
Mr.
mention it. It was on my list, and I didn't say it. Where are we at with the lights down in Meadow Park? That was a question that was given to me. Just where are we at with that? Are we doing anything, we moving forward?
We're not, in the budget, it was based on getting a grant, so I don't have any idea if Mary's applied for a grant or not. I'll have to find out. But it was going to be funded with grant funds.
I just wanted to know where we're at.
We'll find that out.
Okay.
With that, it is 7:13, might be one of the fastest
Yeah,
meetings
it
ever.
is.
Meeting adjourned.